That's the Bee Gees and Staying Alive. What a beautifully sunny afternoon we're enjoying in the south. You're listening to Katie on BBC Radio Solent, and things sound a little bit different than they did before the news at 2 o'clock. That's because I've headed outside to the car park outside our studios to meet Rupert Smith and Marita Leitz, who are the couple who run Bubble and. It is a gourmet bubble and squeak creator, chef, cook, mobile catering van that goes around all the farmers markets in the south, and they are my Foodie Friday guests this week. Now, Marita, it looks like Rupert's doing all the hard work so far. All of the cooking is just whizzed over with 3 big bowls of bubble and squeak, and I must admit, this is not what I would recognise bubble and squeak as. Tell me a little bit about the food.
Well, it's delicious bubble and squeak, but not as you know it. What Rupert has done, he's taken bubble and squeak and poshed it up. So you've got what we call our bubbles, which are bubble and squeak potato cakes with leek and cabbage. And on top, you've got really yummy toppings. So there you're looking at a soft poached egg, hollandaise sauce, and bacon. On the other dish, you're looking at comfy pork shoulder with crackling and applesauce. And then you're looking at our spicy sausage casserole. And they're all just lovely falling on top of our bubble and squeak potato cakes, our bubbles.
So, Rupert, I think it's clear that Marita is the salesperson and you are the chef.
She's the sales, marketing, does all that, and I do all the cooking. That's my experience. So, yeah, 20 years of cooking, and I put all the love into the food, and I hope people enjoy it, yeah.
So what's your background in cooking then? What kind of training have you had? What kind of restaurants have you worked in?
A whole variety, from pubs to top-class restaurants. I've worked in Australia, France, and Italy. And you kind of bring all that together. And then I came back and I met Rita in Australia, and we came back and realised that we've got this great concept idea, and that came from working around in England, and there's restaurants and cafes, they're all serving what they call the classic bubble and squeak, which is bubble and squeak, the poached egg, hollandaise and bacon, and I just thought I could do a great concept here and posh it right up, and not just do that classic version and then put different toppings and flavours. Some of them I put chorizo through the bubble and squeak. I do one dish with a poached egg, cured salmon, béarnaise sauce. So lots of different varieties, and people find it really interesting and new, which is good.
Now, I think a lot of people have got onto this idea, this concept, as you say, of being really, really good at making one thing. What kind of feedback have you had from people who've seen your van, who've tried your food?
Funnily enough, probably once a market or once a festival, somebody will actually look at us and say, oh my God, that is such a good idea. Like kind of kicking themselves. But the feedback has been wonderful. I don't think they expect to eat what they eat because everyone has a preconception of bubble and squeak. My nan used to make it, and I don't like it, or I like it. And people that don't like it, we always say, just have a bite.
I think we converted a few people.
We've converted a few people.
Do you know, I was never a fan of brown sauce as a child, and I'm still not fussed with it now. But brown sauce was the only thing that would make bubble and squeak taste better.
You won't need brown sauce with this, I promise you. So yeah, this is like I say, there's a lot of love in this, and I've totally refined it, so I think you'll enjoy it.
So what exactly is the bubble? Is that potato?
The bubble, basically, what we've done is the bubble is because the potato cake that we've formed it into. So that is kind of called the bubble. The colloquial name is for the bubble. It's potato, cabbages and leeks, and then I've recipeed it up. So every one you get is the same. And then apart from when I put different flavours through it, so that's the base recipe, yeah.
And are you able to poach eggs and make hollandaise sauce and all of that fresh when you go out and about? Because it's quite a challenging thing to make.
Well, absolutely.
But the poaching eggs thing is a trick of the trade. So you do them in advance, so you do them from when you're over at home, and you cook them 2.5 minutes, iced water, and then when you get to the market, and then you just drop them into boiling water for 10-20 seconds, and then you've got a lovely fresh poached egg.
Well, do you know, that sounds seriously challenging, because I can't, if you gave me all day, I couldn't successfully poach an egg, so I think that sounds really good. We shall be back in a few moments' time. I'm going to have a little bit of a taste while you listen to Sir Elvis Presley. It's Foodie Friday, and I'm joined today by the married couple behind bubbleand.co.uk, Rupert Smith and Marita Leitz.
You in love?
Elvis, the King, and Hound Dog on BBC Radio Solent. Welcome back to Foodie Friday with me, Katie Martin, my star guests of the afternoon, Rupert Smith and Marita Leitz. They are the married couple who run bubbleand.co.uk. It is a gourmet bubble and squeak catering company, and you guys haven't been going that long.
No, since the middle of August was our first trading day. It's been in planning a little bit longer than that, but yeah, so the first train's all middle of August, about 3 months now.
So were people in the mood for hot food this August? Because it was quite warm in August.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Well, with the toppings that we had, for example, salmon, cured salmon with lemon and tarragon, with a béarnaise sauce. So that's quite summery. And yeah, you'd be surprised. People will eat bubble and squeak all the time this country.
Do you find people come and share their stories of what bubble and squeak used to be like when they were kids with you?
Definitely, because you get a lot of people that don't like it and as a kid, and they've got that memory of it's horrible, and then so it's great when you can convert them. They taste it and they go, that's not how I meant it or how I remember. So that's really good. And some people, the occasional person will turn around and go, that's not bubble and squeak, and they'll walk away. But most people, well, everyone just comes in and once they've tasted it and they love it and they realise what you can actually do with it, that it's not this stodgy mesh that's horrible. This actually can be really, really good.
Now, Marita has got a figure to die for, and she's had children. She's absolutely tiny, and apparently eats bubble and squeak all the time. So does that mean it's quite low fat?
It is actually. It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Probably everything except the hollandaise.
Oh yeah, I mean, the bubble and squeak cake. I mean, they're dairy-free, gluten-free.
All of the other ingredients that Rupert's uses are completely local. I mean, some of these dishes are almost 100% local from Hampshire. We use meats that are from the Hampshire farmers markets. Lovely game. You know, we had venison on the menu the other week. So that is something that's very important to us, that the product and the ingredients are just good.
We've had a bit of a taste. Producer Bob is back in the studio. Are you jealous? Are you feeling a bit jealous?
No, it's fine. I'll just push the buttons here. You keep eating, you guys. That's okay.
You sound a little bit jealous there, Bob.
No. You knock yourselves out.
We'll finish it all off then, shall we?
Yeah, I'm not hungry. It's okay.
Okay, all right then. I think we should save him some. Producer Steve's out here, though, doing all the technical stuff out in the cold, Bob, let's be fair. And Steve-o, what did you make of the old spicy sausage bubble and squeak?
It was really nice. It's not at all what I'd normally associate with bubble and squeak. It almost seems unfair to call it that, you know, 'cause it's got so many great things on it. I think of just kind of cabbage and all that sort of stuff, but it's really, really nice. Lots of different flavours. So I would never, ever associate that with bubble and squeak. So
my nan's always tasted like it had the odd dash of fag ash in it, to be honest with you. It's always a little bit like, what on earth is that? Sorry, Nan. God bless her. It's all right. She won't be listening. Let's get back to talking about you guys, because you've been married for about 10 years, you've got a family together, but here you are working together day in, day out. Has that been a bit of a leap of faith? Has that been something that you've had to get used to?
It's something we did before. I mean, we worked before in France, in south of France. We had a little chalet, and so that was about 7-8 years ago. We knew we could do it. We're very close. We communicate.
We have
our
our very distinct skill sets. Like, I don't cook, and
she's a good cook, though. She's a good cook.
And Rupert, in terms of the branding and the marketing and the PR aspect, you know, he leaves that to me. So very distinct skill sets, which we both respect each other for. And I know very well that, you know, I can trust him on those elements, i.e. the cooking and things, and he trusts me on the branding and the marketing.
And social media,
and,
you do that, and I'll do the cooking.
And hopefully that's a recipe for success.
Who does the washing up?
Me.
Okay, all right. I thought you were going to get that job, Steve, for a minute.
Another reason why we
we're not big enough yet, so just me. I'm a one-man band in that respect, but we're planning to get bigger, so yeah.
So what's the future? I mean, because do you have to go places in a van and plug in and set up, and is this going to be able to go further than you and your skill? Because here you are putting your twist on something. Are you going to be able to teach someone else to be a carbon copy of you?
Definitely. Like I said, I've been cooking for 20 years, so training people is something that I enjoy doing. Our whole idea is to have a restaurant at the end of it, and then we want the restaurant so it's bubble land. So when you come in, it's not just bubble and squeak, it's bubble and pork belly, bubble and venison, bubble and halloumi, bubble and pumpkin. So you've got a whole wide range for everybody to come in, and the price range goes from the low to the high. You go as refined as you want, as basic as you want. So I think we're very approachable for everybody. We're totally gluten free. So yeah, that's where we want to get to, that restaurant. Next year, festivals. Fest years, bigger events and festivals, and just try and get everybody to know about us and like us, really.
And where are you going to be next?
What's next for us? We are going to be in Winchester. Eastleigh tomorrow, the Eastleigh Christmas Market, and we will also be in Winchester on Sunday.
Yes.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, the very best of luck for the future. Thank you for being my Foodie Friday guest. Just before I let you go, I always ask my Foodie Friday guests to recommend something we should try over the weekend. Now, if they can't make it to see you guys at the markets that you're going to over the course of the weekend, can they try bubble and squeak for themselves at home, and what would be your suggestions?
They can. It's great, like I say, with the classic we do is a poached egg, hollandaise and bacon. It's great with breakfast. don't be shy to have it with a stew or something. It's great with a stew on top. We are going into retail very soon in local delis and fine food shops. You'll be able to find us in hopefully local shops around, and you can buy it yourself and then put the compliments with it. So that's the plan.
Brilliant. Well, it's great to meet you both. Thank you for being my Foodie Friday guest this afternoon. Rupert Smith and Marita Leet are the brains behind bubbleland.co.uk. You can see them at Eastleigh Market on Saturday, at Winchester on Sunday, and they'll be around and about at markets across the south over the festive period and beyond. Hampshire Farmers Markets, I beg your pardon. Righty-ho then, that's enough for Foodie Friday. Bob, we've saved you a little spoonful of something here somewhere, a little touch of leftovers. I didn't want to leave you out completely. And let's catch up with a bit of Maroon 5 after this.